The Iowa State Fairgrounds aren't as crowded as they usually are, but vendors and staff are getting ready for the busy week to come. And there's potentially more benefits to keeping the grass trimmed.
Right behind me is the new campus safety offices. They used to be located in the basement of the old Capitol Mall, which is still being used, but officers are excited to have this new and updated space right here on the first floor.
Yeah, thanks, David. I actually had to come in because of the rain outside, so I'm live inside the IMU, right across from the Iowa Advanced Technology Laboratory.
Nikki Haley and her supporters here Monday night feel confident that she is growing in popularity and will continue to be on the upward slope as she heads to New Hampshire. Different games have different amount of involvement, so you want to make sure you're aware of your surroundings before you put on the headset. That's right, I'm here in front of the Chauncey Swan parking ramp where currently it's filled with cars, but tomorrow it will be filled with vendors. Today is the first day of the Iowa legislative session here at the Iowa State Capitol. Yet there's one thing on everyone's mind as new bills and potential legislation is drafted. The shooting last week at Perry High School.
It shakes us to the core. In Iowa, every parent should be able to send their kids to school and trust that they will return home safely.
A shooting at a high school in Perry, Iowa, killed 1 and injured 5 on January 4th.
Initially, I'm heartbroken. It's a tragedy, and then I'm frustrated. I'm angry. I'm upset because this has been happening for years and we haven't seen any action.
Today, students across Iowa walked out of class in protest. Many came to the State House to make their voices heard.
We're here to help show that we want change. Like, we want something to happen instead of just her saying thoughts and prayers.
Protests like this are important because it brings attention to these issues and it kind of makes them unignorable.
Beyond talk of protecting kids and reflecting on the shooting, today focused on introductions. Both the House majority and minority leaders introduced this session with goals working together to better help Iowans.
I hope this session, especially after hearing from the Speaker his commitment to doing something about this, that we can actually do something. Because people at the end of this session should feel safer taking their kids to school in the morning than they do today. That's our job. Let's work together to get something done.
We may not agree on things, and your caucus may have voted no on some policy pieces, but we kept the decorum in this chamber, and we kept the decorum within our caucuses.
Governor Kim Reynolds will address her concerns for this legislative session at the Condition of the State address tomorrow. From the Iowa State House, Ashley Weil, DITV. You can see the Hinterlanders behind me relaxing, staying cool, and of course, enjoying the music today.
I'm excited to do something fun. I haven't seen my friends in a while. It's a reason to get together and to try something very different than what our day-to-day experience is.
I like the food and like just the overall experience and the vibe of the place.
Over here, guys.
The Hinterland Music Festival is a 3-day outdoor music festival.
There we go.
Some visitors are planning to camp there over the weekend.
This is kind of my first festival experience with camping and just being fully immersed in the experience, you know.
I booked the tickets right there.
Perfect.
So open up your bags and we're gonna get you through quick.
Artists this weekend include Bonnie Vare, Zach Bryan, Maggie Rogers, and more.
Go ahead and just tap here.
This is the 8th year of the St. Charles Festival.
Excited. I'm really loving the weather actually right now because being here the last year, it was a little intense with the sun. So right now this is perfect weather.
Hinterland is taking extra precautions to keep everyone safe.
We start planning, it's a year-round gig. We're planning on, every scenario. We have an emergency plan where we can, react given whatever were to happen. And then just, making sure we're, the festival goer has a good time and they're also safe when they're coming.
This includes doubling the amount of water stations and having more gravel on their roads.
If weather were to strike, we're ready. We can, get that information out to festival goers.
3-day passes are still available, as well as single-day passes for today and Sunday. At Hinterland, Ashley Weil, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader. Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley battled it out here at the CNN debates here at Drake University in Des Moines. Both are battling for that number 2 spot in the Iowa caucuses Monday, January 15th.
I'm looking for a really good performance from Ron DeSantis, but I'm still truly undecided.
Republicans in Iowa must make their decision out of the 6 candidates still in the race. Currently, former President Donald Trump is leading national and Iowa polls. But some Iowans we talked to Wednesday night say they're rooting for someone new.
Many people I know are hoping that we don't come down to a Trump-Biden country again. I do not care about Donald Trump anymore.
And so do the candidates who took the stage.
I don't think that President Trump is the right president to go forward. I think it's time for a new generational leader.
Wednesday's debate featured Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis discussing topics one-on-one against each other, as the former president decided not to attend. The remaining candidates did not qualify for this debate.
Personally, really like a lot of the ideas that Vivek Ramaswamy has, and I'm disappointed that he's not in this debate. And I'm kind of unclear as to how he did not qualify.
Iowa polls are currently showing DeSantis and Haley are polling similar numbers.
He has a proven record. Nikki's kind of all over the place. I really like Nikki, and I think she's the right one at this time.
But Trump holds a heavy lead.
When you look at the polls, it looks like, this is for second place. I don't know. I really hope that tonight both candidates have a good performance and we can see some really solid policy ideas that would lead us into the balance of this year.
Iowans will have their chance to vote on who they'd like to see on the presidential ballot January 15th. That is a Monday for the Iowa caucuses. Reporting from Des Moines, Ashley Weil, DITV.
Never dreamed I'd be getting to this point. This is kind of amazing.
Aaron Barthelme won't settle with being number 2. He says he has about 70,000 wooden advertising pencils. The current Guinness World Record is 24,000 pencils.
Sounds like, well, I can easily beat that.
And tomorrow's the big day because here at the Colfax Historical Society, they're going to be counting all 70,000 of these pencils. And he has every kind of pencil you can think of, from aspirin-filled pencils,
harmless lactose sucrose starch tablets,
to rotary phone pencils,
dial your number that way,
to high school basketball schedule pencils.
This is Amboy High School.
And even 100-year-old pencils.
I don't know that you can pick a favorite when you've got 70,000 of something.
But the most special pencils are the ones that come from his hometown.
And it's just neat to see. I love seeing the local businesses, for so many of these places, these pencils are the only place where there's any record of that business still. And I think it's just a neat way to kind of preserve the history.
Eventually, I just heard about the society. I don't know how I heard about it, but I did.
Andrew Westber, president of the American Pencil Collectors Society, will be one of the counters to verify the world record.
So I've been looking forward to it. So I'm really looking forward to going down there and seeing some pencils.
The Collectors Society is a place to meet other pencil collectors and trade duplicates. Aaron expects counting to take at least 12 hours, but he's excited to bring everyone together to show off his own treasured pieces of history.
I love the history that you can find through these little sticks of wood.
Nearly 3 years ago, now the COVID-19 pandemic shut the world down. Today, however, it seems like a different story. But has the virus really gone away? I got the chance to talk to students and doctors on what they think the current state of COVID-19 is today.
Current state of COVID-19, I don't even think about it. Not really a thing. I don't really see anybody wearing masks, anybody doing anything different than what we were doing a few years ago.
Despite low case numbers and low concern, COVID-19 is still around.
Yeah, I think it's here to stay forever. With any luck at all, it may even get a little less virulent and be more closer to the common cold than it is to influenza right now. Colds still put people in the hospital, especially small babies at times, or people with bad respiratory illness there, and it's going to be like that, and it will be like that forever.
And while the virus can still be deadly, just like influenza or the common cold, the virus is much less of a concern than it has been in the past due to increased immunity through vaccines and people getting sick with the virus.
Well, current state is really, I guess the short of it is we're in a good spot. I think from the number of people that get admitted to the hospital is extremely small.
However, things are still different than how they were before COVID and even compared to last year.
I used to wear masks last year, very, very frequently, dining halls, classes, but I'm not doing that as much this year.
It still feels very different because there's still that sense of caution from some people, just not from all people.
But many are still shocked to think back on when this all started.
Kind of just seems like a fever dream, like the lockdown.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's been 3 years.
It's amazing when to look back on it and the resiliency of the staff to get through this, but it's it's changed everybody that's practiced medicine in the hospital. Their view of illness and death, this pandemic has changed everybody.